Everybody, welcome.
It's almost like a town hall. Look at all the people here. Everybody can actually come off mute. Say hi.
Hey everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Everyone.
Hello, I'm a real human.
Kpi's here.
I think an even more important word is congratulations.
All right, so yeah, please, if anyone who's not speaking, if you can just mute yourself so I don't have to go through the entire roster. And yep. Coming together. All right, good, Chris. All right, there you go.
Cool, thanks very much. Thanks, Danny. Hi, everybody. Congratulations, first and foremost. What an amazing moment. What an amazing feeling I'm sure it was when you got the news that not only have you got funding, but it was through community consent, and that many people voted on for your projects to be realized. So excited for you all, particularly if you're newly funded and you haven't been funded before by Catalyst, or this is the first time you've been participated in anything like this. Congratulations to you all. And for those of you that are veterans and that have been around the block once or twice, welcome back. It's great to have you here. So my name's Chris Baird. I am one of the Catalyst team. You're going to meet a few of us tonight, this evening, or this morning, wherever you are in the world. This is not just a presentation from us. There is a bit of interaction. This is part of what we consider as proof of life. So before we get into the depths of this meeting, I'm going to invite Dor to come and join us and take the stage, and just also to welcome you, and then we'll move on. Dor, are you with us?
Yeah. Hi everybody. Yeah, just a quick, just a few, you know, just some quick comments. First of all, really, congratulations. It's amazing. You're amazing. It's a really exciting moment, like for us, the team, and for all of us together. You know, 150, I think 151 projects, something like that, total funded. This is the scale, the sheer scale, the sheer potential of this is really incredible. And I wanted to talk about kind of three things that are kind of related to this, a bit about the challenges of scale. So the first thing is we're just launching this new thing called Challenge Teams. That's like a completely new resource for all of you. And basically each challenge that you apply to, you know, is gonna have a few people that gonna help you, give you some guidance, give you some background information, give a bit their perspective, help you think more deeply about the problems that you're solving, okay, and coordinate with other people that are also trying to address the same problem, maybe from different directions. And the important thing here is, it's the very first time we're doing it. We have, I just looked at the statistics, we have like around 100 people like that will be part of the challenge teams to accompany you. So there's quite a lot of human power, and it's all about learning and learning this new role and improving. And for this we need you guys and ladies and everything in between to be present with it and give us the feedback of what's working, you know, what's motivating, what's energizing, working with the challenge teams, what's a waste of time, you know, what is a hindrance, what we should let go of. You know, you're the first lemmings in that process. So it's good to be real. Okay, it's really good to be real. so we can learn and improve. So that's one thing. Second is integrations with IoG. So this is like a huge topic that's been we've been thinking about it for many a fund, and right now we have some new integration points. So first of all, we're going to launch a new Telegram channel called Catalyst Integrations, and hopefully Danny can share the link. So all of you that are working on challenges that are somewhat dependent on the Catalyst governance system, like you need some data, you know, if you need data, if you need API access, if you need you need some kind of collaboration from us, this is a direct communication channel between those teams and Harris Warren, our product manager. Okay, so it's a new place for all of you that are the projects that are kind of more like internally facing, right, for improving the processes, like to have a chance to interact with each other and with our product team. Secondly, there is both Atala Prism Pioneer Program and Plutus Pioneer Program. That's like the Plutus one is already in flight. The Atala one is, I think, just forming, but you have that. We can help you integrate with these. Okay, so if your project is related to any one of those three, let Chris know, let Danny know, and we will hook you up. Then the third thing I wanted to talk about is another challenge we've been having, and I think everybody's having, around KPIs, about measuring the ROI, the return on intention per challenge. I guess maybe a good thing to start is just to say this stuff is incredibly important. Okay, we are in a bubble. We're in a bubble, a blockchain, a little blockchain, a happy blockchain bubble, and we live kind of in our own universe where we do these wild experimentations. And when you go to someone outside of this bubble and you try to tell him what we're doing and what's the impact, it's like you're an alien coming with a weird language, and they don't really understand, right? And I think most for 95% of the times this is the situation. And but of course, the goal here is not to be in a little privileged bubble, but to transform the world and transform how things are done. And the language that's gonna transcend and break that bubble is the language of outcomes. Okay, it's the language of observable truth, right? Of what we're doing here, of the impact that we're bringing, that you're bringing. And we believe that once we're able to make that clear picture, okay, once we're able to project that outside, then people are going to start to understand. Okay, of course, not everybody, not people who don't want to understand, but it's going to gradually open up as a real paradigm shift. Okay, like a new way of doing things. And this is really up to you, right? In two cases. First of all, be focused, do your proposal, be impact oriented, be outcome oriented. Remember to dare and do and work hard to push, what they call it, push the needle, right? Like find the leverage point where you want to make an impact and really press on it, right? If you have if you're releasing a product, we encourage you to release it early, find adopters, even if not all the technology is in place. If you're doing a service, right, like make something usable so you can already demonstrate the impact, etc. So this is one thing, for you to do. And I think, and then the second thing is record it, demonstrate it, show it. And we do it with the town halls, right? By the presentations in the town halls and inspiring and kind of lighting the fire and the energy. But when we do it through this boring reports, right? So it's really boring reports, but the outcome is not boring at all. Okay, the outcome of these reports of like tracking progress and outcomes is going to be the fuel for us to gain legitimacy and expand, and helping us also refine that over time. As it's still a big open problem of like, how is 19 different challenges that each one have KPIs? How do we visualize it and how we show it? And we're here to work along it with you. I'm sure we're going to solve it in the next like fund or two. But that we would really, I think we would really appreciate your help again, where you see things that are easy to show and demonstrate what you're doing, the outcomes, the impact you're bringing, like tell us, we might want to scale that to other teams that can to offer them these kind of techniques and mindset. If there's things that are just like you feel like have just a big waste of your time and are preventing you to actually achieve impact, also let us know so we can improve. That's it. So and mostly like just like congratulations, you deserve it.
Thank you, Dora. That was awesome. Such inspiring words. Hopefully that's given people a good foundation for what we're going to be talking about over the next few minutes. So I'm going to go into sharing my screen now, guys, if that's all right. And as I said, today is an interactive session. So just bear me just a sec. And that should be there. Let me see all of those. Can I just get a quick heads up that we're all seeing the presentation when it loads?
Yeah, still loading, Chris.
Okay.
There we go.
How's this now? Okay, we're here. Awesome. So once more, congratulations, everybody. Fantastic effort to get to this stage. There's a few steps to the onboarding session, and we're going to talk about those in just 1 second. But I think ceremonially, it's really good to initiate everybody and to also use these first few minutes as an icebreaker. So in true Catalyst fashion, it would be really wonderful if everybody could come off mute, and then we could all read through.
You have to count us off though.
The experiment slide. So I'm going to count you down. We're going to count down from 3, and we're going to go after 3. So 3, 2, 1. Go.
Welcome to the experiment.
Greatly between
inspire. Provide a safe and lively
human potential, human collaboration, human collaboration.
Oh, the highest potential of human collaboration. No.
What are you laughing about, Neil?
Awesome.
Collaboration.
That is so
Catalyst in a nutshell. I love it.
I love it. Every single time we do that, it just gets me fired up. It's such fun, right? I think if you could take yourselves, put yourselves on mute now, guys, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, it's just it's as I said, Catalyst in a nutshell. These human processes are messy and they are in somewhat there to sort of disorientate and overload. Yeah, well done, everybody. Well done. So with that in mind, I think we're getting towards, we definitely passed level 0. So level 0 is you guys, you've come up with your great ideas, you've put yourself forward, we've gone through the Catalyst process. I'd say that is level 1. Now we've just got to get to the funding stage, right? And get you guys funded. So let's talk about what that means. Well, that's what this session is firstly about. Proof of life. that we get to understand that there's a human that was at the end of the proposal, and that we can verify that and check it with you. So this is partly what we're doing today. And for those colleagues that can't make it today, there's an opportunity for onboarding tomorrow. And if again that's impossible, then we'll be picking up one-to-one with those that haven't been able to make either of those sessions. In terms of funding, the current process is that there's an initial payment that gets made of $5,000 worth of ADA, and then we'll have a regular monthly payment according to the project length based on what's remaining for the balance of your budgeted project. Now, we do understand that there are certain instances because a lot of you are startup businesses and that cash flow is tight, that maybe there's a need to deviate from this funding plan. Maybe you're working with subcontractors, or you've got other costs that mean that it's going to be difficult to keep the lights on with that first monthly payment only. And if that's the case, then we would ask you to contact Marek, who we'll introduce shortly. And you just need to be able to provide a good rationale. One thing that you'll come to understand, and hopefully you've understood from the Catalyst process in any case, is that this is full of rational people. And if you've got a good reason for why your project needs to change course, or the funding structure doesn't quite work and suit for your needs, then so long as it's sensible, then we'll try to as best accommodate it. One of the reasons why we say, if it's sensible, is that if you're asking for all of the funding up front and there's really no rhyme or reason for it, or even if it's a significant sum of money and you need a heavily weighted first payment, then you're accountable to not just the Catalyst team, but your projects are accountable to the community. Similarly, we're accountable to the whole of the Cardano community as Catalyst. And so, we're very conscious about how these sorts of budgetary controls are managed. And just bear that in mind, that not only do you have your own human processes and humans to feed, but we have our own humans that are operating Catalyst, and we just need to be conscious of not putting into it to any position of significant risks, which is why we take a rational approach. And then finally, this last point is that your payments will always correspond to dollar value contained in your proposal. And and this in and of itself has been a point that we've had to wrestle with somewhat, because some people think that the price of ADA really determines this or has some sort of bearing of factor on your project. And really, price is no determination of your project, price of ADA, that is. You're always going to get paid the dollar amount that you put forward as part of your proposal. So the price of ADA really shouldn't come into question, okay? So that's the funding process in a nutshell. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the people that you're going to come into contact with probably over the lifetime of your initial project. And there's probably a couple of people that I've left off of this slide as well. Dor mentioned Harris Warren early on, so you're going to likely liaise with Harris if you want to join the Catalyst integrations Telegram channel. And then maybe we can just have everybody come off the mute from the Catalyst team just to say a quick hi, and we'll just start from the top. Danny, why don't you start?
Hi. Congratulations all. Glad to have you here with us. It's been a long journey. You completed almost 13-week long journey of iterations, finalizations and all those different things that brought you here today. So I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be building. As always, any of the community related questions or any kind of beer kinds of questions, you can always reach out to me, and you'll see me all around Telegram, Reddit, chats, whatever. So don't be shy to reach out. Nothing changes. I'll just be always trying to get back to you as soon as possible. So Congratulations once more, and I look forward to chatting with you more.
Thanks, Danny. TK, why don't you come to the stage?
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, you made it here. We're working hard to make sure that you get the best and the most of this, and we're going to do the best of our ability to make sure that after funding life is going to be really easy for you. So congratulations once again, and best of luck as well.
Thanks, TK.
Hi, I'm Marek. You've made it. Welcome to the coordinator team. Our family is growing every quarter right now. So if your rewards are getting late, that's probably my fault. So I'm mostly responsible for preparing all the rewards and all the funds. So if you have any questions, if you want to change your other payment address or want to tweak the initial batch, reach out to me. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Marek. Dora and I have already spoken, so Khaled, why don't I ask you to join?
Hello, everyone. Again, congratulations. Really excited to have you on board. So if you have any particular issues with the project and project progress, then reach out to me. And also where reporting is concerned, any particular issues with reporting, just reach out. And I really look forward to working with you all. Very excited.
Thanks, Khaled. And Harris, if you're here, why don't you say a quick hi?
Hello, everyone. Congratulations. It's great you've gotten this far. Certainly exciting to be part of the community, and glad to be here to help support and move things forward. We have opened our Telegram channel for Catalyst integration. So if you're looking for data and information from Catalyst on what we have in the background, there are a lot of open APIs that exist right now, and maybe folks just don't know where they are, and we can lead you in the right direction. We are going to be improving some of these things, and it's definitely part of the charter that I'm here for. But I love data. I want to share as much with you folks as possible, and so please join this Telegram channel. We got the link there. We've got already about almost 40 people already joined, and we're happy to collaborate. See if there's information you need, and make sure your projects are successful if there's things you need from Catalyst to integrate with your system that you're building. So welcome, congratulations. So glad to be here with the kickoff team.
Ace. Thank you so much, Harris. Okay, guys, so that's the majority of the team that you're likely to have some day-to-day contact with over the course of your projects. And now, oops, how we got here? Now it's your turn. Oh, so I'm going to take myself off of screen share at the moment. Let's see all of you wonderful people again. I'm going to put you onto gallery view for sure. And this is really just to satisfy proof of life. So what I'd really like you guys to do is just to say your name, where you're calling from, and then what your project proposal that's been funded was and in which challenge. Okay, and I'm just going to go straight from the top. I'm going to run along the top. So I'm going to go to Cole Bartlett and then on to Matthias. That's okay. Take yourself off mute, Cole.
Yeah, I lifted the restrictions a while ago, so that should allow everyone to actually be able and unmute themselves. Do mind that, like what you're saying, the order of people is a little different for everyone. And then just a quick heads up, by the time we get like to the second half of the presenters, just raise your hand, and maybe as you will be still left or something, then just raise your hand so we know like which people haven't spoken yet. So it's much easier than to track you down. But
Cole, have you got audio? I tell you what, maybe Matthias Saber, can you join us? Is that okay? Is that, can you come off mute? Can anyone come off mute?
I'm off mute.
No.
There you go.
Now we can.
Aha.
Hi, I'm
Hey.
Cole Bartlett. I'm calling in from Salt Lake City, Utah in the United States. And I got funded for Sustainable ADA and Grow Africa, Grow Cardano.
Yeah, congratulations, Cole. Welcome. On to Matthias and then on to Felix Weber.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matthias Sieber. I'm calling in from Lancaster, California in Los Angeles County. Got funded for Win-Win Dispute Resolution and the DApp and Integration Challenge, for Gravatar for ADA wallets and a developer ecosystem challenge, for proof of identity for mediators for the Atala Prison DID mass adoption challenge, something like that, and the Cardano in South LA proposal in the Scale Up Cardano's Community Hubs challenge.
Congratulations again, Matthias.
Felix here from south of France and representing the Catalyst Swarm for the voted proposals for After Town Hall and Idea Fest, I think.
Thanks, Felix. So I'm going to go Rosali and then Whale, Evie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rosali. I'm calling in from Paris. I was fortunately funded in a few proposals. Should I say them all? Yeah. Okay.
The challenges.
So I was funded in Sustainable ADA with Cole Bartlett. That was in Grow Africa, Grow Cardano. And also with the WADA Africa Learning Institutions SPOs proposal, which was also in Grow Africa, Grow Cardano. Furthermore, the proposal under the Cardano Catalyst AIM umbrella, the proposal framework tool, which was in the DLT challenge, and also the SDG proposal research, which was in the Global Adoptions Partnerships challenge. And I was also a co-proposer alongside Yoram for the SDG ratings proposal, which is also in the Global Partnerships Challenge category. And I'm also part of the Catalyst School team as well. So, so nice to meet all of you and great to be here. Thank you.
Thanks very much. And then, yeah, please.
Hi, I'm Wael Ivy. I'm calling in from Acton, California. I was funded for my project Cardano Heartbeat. It's a critical event management system, and it was funded under Fund 6 Challenge Disaster when it's all at stake. So, yep.
Awesome, Wael. Thank you so much. So I'm coming to Dylan and then Nixon. Dylan Crocker Nixon. Yeah.
Hey, it's Dylan. I'm with the Viper Stake Pool team and the Adafolio team. That's our product, and we got funded for multi-delegation portfolios, building an API on adafolio.com for wallets and users to be able to generate, curate lists of stake pool portfolios, and that was in part of the DApps and integrations. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Nixon.
Right. Hi, I'm Nixon Ng. I'm from calling in from Malaysia. So I'm the project that was funded was Dionysus for theater. So we're trying to create using NFTs. We're trying to create an accelerator program platform for the performing arts. Yeah, and we were funded under the challenge of NFT business models. And my developer, Tycoon Liu, is also here to listen in. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Nixon. So I'm coming to Blake and then Pascal.
Hi, I'm Blake Husserlid. I'm calling from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. My project is Filament 3D printable NFTs. And we got funded under the NFT business model category. So.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Pascal. I'm calling from Alma, Quebec, Canada. So our proposal is the NEMI wallet. So NEMI wallet enable the integration of Cardano within website apps. and we have been funded under the DApps integration.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Pascal. I'm coming to Mike and then Maury. Mike Dietrich and then Maury.
Yeah, hi. My name is Mike Dietrich. I'm from Hildesheim, Germany, and I got funded for the Play to Learn and Earn platform in the Atala Prism category, and it's for language learning and community-based. So basically a sandbox MMO for language learning.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
I'm Maury Shank, calling from London, England. We were funded for the Universal Skills Authentication proposal in the Atala Prism Challenge and the Crypto Regulation Surveillance proposal in the Cardano Emerging Threat Alarm Challenge.
Thrilled to have you here, Maury. Come to Stephanie and then Igor.
Hi, I'm Stephanie King, calling in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm on the project team for 2 proposals. I'll let my teammate who's also here talk about one of them. I'll mention the one is translating Cardano newcomer-friendly onboarding content, insight, news articles into Swahili. And we're working with a team of native Swahili speakers over in Kenya, and I already have them onboarded with a bunch of Cardano stuff. So that's going really well. And that's what we're doing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Okay, hi, my name is Igor. I'm calling from Czech Republic, and I got funded for 2 projects, 2 separate projects. One of them is Cardano Wall. It's a project that I've been working on since February 2021, and it allows you to create proof of existence on the Cardano blockchain using the metadata. A lot of encryption involved there. Basically, it's like social media on the blockchain, and at the same time it's used for intellectual property uses. And then I have new levels that I would like to create to do it more advanced. And the second it's in the metadata challenge, and the second project is called ADA Plus. It's for creating combining different transactions into one, so that the fees will be much lower. And there are other ways that it's like a system for mass payments. So I think in the future it will be many companies will require that. And this project is in the dApps and integrations section.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Igor. Guillermo and then Josiah.
Hi, I'm Guillermo, calling from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm part of Ensuro, and we participated in the challenge scaling DeFi. What we are doing in Ensuro is we are building a centralized capital pool for insurance products. For providing solvency for insurance products, and at the same time we are getting a license in Bermuda to operate legally as an insurer, as a reinsurer, and connecting both the real world and the blockchain.
Cool. Thanks, Guillermo. Welcome. Josiah.
Hi everyone. My name is Josiah. I'm from Nigeria. We are funded for DeFi credits in Cloud setting, and for.
Well, we've lost you, Josiah. Didn't get your sound. Could you just repeat which project you were from again, please?
Hi everyone. My name is Dr. Josiah, and from Nigeria. We are funded for DeFi credits in Cloud setting. It means for people to pool funds together in order to obtain credit. It's a model of what is available already here in Africa. So we are bringing it to the blockchain for people to obtain credit. That risking at a limited risk of their capital. We funded on the challenge DeFi and micro lending in Africa.
Thanks so much, Josiah. A little tough to hear you. Good effort. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. James and then Mike. James Dunseith and then Mike Stewart.
Hey everybody, I'm here with my partner, Julie. Julie, do you want to hop in too? But we are 2 of the 3 co-founders of Gimbal Labs. We had 3 proposals funded in the Dev Ecosystem Challenge. Gotta read the names of them. Two of them are about encouraging people to learn Plutus. So one of them is called Plutus PBL, which stands for Project-Based Learning Directly. And another is called Turning Devs into Blockchain Devs. Similar goals between the two. And then the third is called Building Network Capacity, doing everything in addition to development to try to help as many people as possible to understand these tools and how to use them. And I'm calling from the East Coast of the United States.
Thanks very much, James.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Stewart. I'm calling here from Toronto, Canada. So we were funded for an on-chain analytics data set, and our challenge was the developer ecosystem.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks, everyone.
Jackson, and then Et Retic.
Okay, cool. So calling from South Africa at the moment, soon to be in Zimbabwe. But I got funded for Checha with ADA Wallets, which is a US dollar digital voucher system. And then I'm bringing in an ADA wallet just alongside it. And it was funded under the DeFi and micro lending for Africa.
Fantastic. Thank you. Hey, Ed. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm Ed Rettig, and I'm calling from Camden, North Carolina. Let me get to Camden, North Carolina. Our project was MCA, a model school in South Africa. We're trying to integrate Cardano with our school for vulnerable children with 120 students. So we're going to try and integrate, provide a treasury system and have donors feed money into a treasury account and use the incentive system to incentivize high level of academic achievement and introduce the identity system to our school. Then we were funded as part of Grow Africa, Grow Cardano.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ed. Come to Peter Van Gardenen and then Thibaut.
Hey friends, I'm Peter Van Garderen from Vancouver, Canada. I'm with the OrcFax project in the developer ecosystem, and we're working on applying industry standards for trustworthy record keeping to the data provenance pipeline for Cardano oracles.
Wonderful, thank you.
Hello, my name is Teva Saks. I'm from Estonia and I represent two proposals. One is mini proposal as a service. It's under challenge TLT entrepreneurship toolbox, where I help people to write new proposals, think about how to do them. And an additional enhancement for this proposal was funded, which is video content about mini proposals, where we take these videos, edit them and put them out on YouTube for async educational material. And this is under proposer outreach channel challenge.
Great stuff. Thanks, Thibaut. And I'm coming to Nori and then on to Nick Furakis.
I'm Nori Nishigaya. I'm from Victoria, BC, which is in the middle of Salmon Nation. And I won the votes for Salmon Nation Decentralized Alliance, which is in the Scale Up Cardano's Community Hubs challenge. And that's a challenge. And Salmon Nation Decentralized Alliance will be a local community hub here in Salmon Nation, which is a bioregion that stretches from Alaska all the way down to about Northern California. So it's a large area, but there's a lot of people here that are super interested and passionate about blockchain. So I hope to be a resource to tie entrepreneurs and developers and other people together and get them excited about what we can do here and solve local problems. And I was also funded for a really tiny challenge in the DLT Entrepreneurship Toolbox to do the Catalyst Entrepreneurs Book Club. So we'll be kicking that off here shortly as well. Happy to be here.
Very cool. Thanks, Nori. Coming to Nick. I'm just going to say to everybody, first of all, really appreciate everybody's patience whilst you do this. It's quite an important first step. And yeah, we're a third of the way through. So I just encourage everybody to be snappy and sharp.
Hi, my name is Nick Nikiforakis. I'm in Long Island, New York. My project is automated phishing and scam detection in the Cardano emerging threat alarm. And we've been online since July. You can find us on Twitter, Cardano Phishing. And the project will effectively enable us to add more phishing sources, scale out our project, and provide APIs to exchanges and software wallets.
Awesome, thanks, Nick. Welcome. Hi, I'm going to come to Heinz and then Lucio.
Good afternoon, Heinz Gassner. Heinz, like the famous ketchup brand, just moved from rainy Belgium to sunny Malta. And I got funded in the Cardano emerging threat alarm. The ambition here with Cardano Risk Radar is to build up the framework for a recurring risk assessment service.
Fantastic, thanks, Heinz.
Hello, everyone. I'm part of the AIM team, and I got funded for several projects. Basically, the community tools maintenance and updates, and the voter tool and the Catalyst QA automation scripts, which are in the distributed decision-making challenge. And then for the voter tool translation, which is in the multilingual challenge. And also for, sorry, the incentivized voter survey AIM, which is in the onboarding challenge. And also I'm part of the Catalyst School. And we got funded with 2 proposals. The main one for the Catalyst School, which was in the onboarding challenge, and also the Catalyst School website. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucio. So guys, I'm just going to say, just if anybody needs to dive off and they absolutely need to go in a minute or at any point in whilst we're doing this process, then just let me know and I'll come to you next. So I'm going to come to Frederick Sambora because he's got to jump off.
Thank you very much. I was funded through the Atala Prism challenge, and the proposal we funded is for institutions in the DRC. We have 2 institutions that committed to trial the deeds within the Congo. Then 2 different provinces in the North Kivu and the South Kivu. One of the institutions is already involved in the Cardano through the hubs, the WADA hubs. It hosts, ISDERGL hosts the WADA hubs on a regular basis. And through WADA, we get support, and we also submitted the proposal for deeds application in the DRC. And we got another institution in the South Kivu, which also accepted to be to incorporate students. So within the ISDER, we have like around 8,000 students that will be added to the deeds.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just for the benefit of time, we've just got to move on.
Perfect.
Really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Nice meet.
Come to Darlington, and then I'm going to come to Stephen. So please.
I'm Darlington with Stephanie King here in Minneapolis as well, and we got funded for the Catalyst proposal API.
Thanks very much, Darlington. And Stephen.
Yes, thank you, Chris. I'm Stephen Whittinstall of Quality Assurance DAO. I'm in the north of England, Yorkshire, and I got funded for an improved grade auditability, distributed auditability, in Catalyst value onboarding for Catalyst Form Genesis Gitbook, in the DLT entrepreneurship toolbox for open source training, and in distributed decision making for oversight of Catalyst Circle. Also a co-proposer on some Swarm proposals, some Eastern Town Hall proposals, and Catalyst School proposals. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm going to come to Michael and then Niels.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michiel. I'm Belgian, living in Brussels, and I'm part of the company called Profile. So I didn't just submit it myself. We are funded for 3 projects. One is in the NFT challenge, one is in the dApps and integration challenge, and one is in the Atala Prism challenge.
Great stuff. Thanks for Mikhail. Just for everybody else, just if you could just let us know the name of the project as well, just so we can.
Control your data vault via Prism. That's the one in Atala Prism. Then adapt to control and monetize your data is the one in dApps and integrations. And then NFT for customer feedback and content is the one in NFT challenge.
Cool. Thanks very much, Mikhail. Niels.
I'm Niels Schijf from Amsterdam. Proposal was in-wallet onboarding for ADA holders. So any wallet builders in here, let's connect. And it is in the Catalyst Value Onboarding Challenge.
Thank you so much. I'm coming to Rodolfo and then Kristen Newman.
Hello, my name is Rodolfo Miranda from Buenos Aires, Argentina. So my project is regarding interoperability and integrations on the decentralized ID space on the Atala Prism challenge.
Fantastic. Thanks very much. Welcome, Rodolfo.
Hi, my name is Kristen. I'm calling from Austin, Texas. I am working on the Visual Blockchain Designer and Explorer under Developer Ecosystems. And I can put the link to my early proof of concept app in the chat for everyone to check out.
Wonderful, thank you. Going to Eric and then Maxim.
Hey everyone, my name is Eric Helms, calling from Denver, Colorado. My project is a smart contract audit token, and the challenge is improve and grow auditability. How's that, Chris?
Wonderful, snappy. Thanks very much, Eric.
Hello.
Maxim.
Hello, everyone. It's working, yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Maxim Golounin from Prague, and my project is ADA Plus mass payment system in dApps and integration. So that project will help people to combine several transactions in one and reduce fees. So my partner Igor already said about this project.
Well, welcome, Maxim. Welcome to you both. Coming to Albert and then Yoram.
Hi, I'm Albert Fegali. I'm calling from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I was successful in the NFT business models section. A project was called OS NFTs for Science Popularization. Comes from a deep frustration from the way academia has paywalls for those who know from the field.
Very cool.
Yeah, hello, Yoram, calling from Geneva. Two proposals with the RAS and AIM under the Global Partnership Challenge. Both of them dealing with SDGs research and then applying in the proposal process sustainable development goals to facilitate better partnership with the UN organizations. Also part of the Cardano for Climate team. Thank you.
Much, Yoram. Thank you. I'm coming to Jeff, who's on the move. Looks like he's moving locations. And then Brian afterwards.
Bonjour tout le monde. Ici c'est Jeff from University College Outreach, originally a Fund 4 and continually funding request received for Fund 6. Coming to you live from Montreal, Canada in the Jardin Botanique. And this will give us funding to allow us to continue to reach out to the students of the world.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Lazouk, also Canadian, although West Coast this time. I'm associated with two projects under disaster when all is at stake. One is a small stake pool reachability dashboard, and another one I'm going to work on with my friend Jeremy Kifiak, repository of SPO testing resources.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm coming to John and then Vanessa. John. Okay.
John Hutmaker here. I'm from Ventura, California, which is just outside of Los Angeles. We were funded for adding multi-language support to the CNFT Hub, which is a website that we've been maintaining. It's kind of a news site and kind of the go-to site for CNFT projects to list their events and all this other stuff. So yeah, we wanted to add multiple languages because we figured that would be a good thing for different people around the world. And yeah, specifically, we were funded in the challenge to scale up the Cardano communities.
Great. Thanks very much, John.
I'm Vanessa Cardewi, also known as Callie. I'm in West Yorkshire in England. The project is Homeless Hub, which is about engaging homeless people in the UK with blockchain technology, and it's in the Scale Up Cardano Community Hubs Challenge.
Congratulations, welcome. Daniel and then Gonzalo, Cooperative Local.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Short, Community Manager of Indigo Protocol. Our proposal was synthetic assets on Cardano in scale-up Cardano DeFi ecosystem. Our CTO, Cody Butts, is also in here. He'll go ahead and present our other proposal that we get approved for.
Yeah, I'll go just real quick because it says my name is Daniel Short, but I'm not actually Daniel Short. Yeah, so CTO of Indigo Protocol, we are developing the PutisPab TypeScript SDK and Fund 6 developer ecosystem.
Fantastic, thanks guys to both of you. And Gonzalo and your colleague.
Hi, I'm Martina Gonzalez.
Hello, I'm Gonzalo. We are calling from Santiago de Chile. We are Cooperativa Local, and we guide a cooperative platform that supports the mass adoption of decentralized media, NFTs, DAO, at Chile and Latin America, powered by digital screens installed at public spaces, which will broadcast and fund local contents, initiatives, users, and communities. We were funded under the NFT challenges, and we are so happy about to be here and share with you this whole process.
Oh, amazing. Welcome, guys, for the soft spot for Chile. So, yeah, welcome, welcome. Can I ask everybody that's not spoken yet just to put a little thumbs up emoji reaction so I can see who you are. I'm coming to Josh, and then I'm coming to Simon Salstrom.
Thanks. Josh Fielding, calling from London, England, representing WADA for 4 proposals. First is DeFi Learning Portal on the Scaling Up DeFi Challenge. Second is Catalyst Virtual Startup Bootcamp in the DLT Entrepreneur Toolkit Challenge. Then we have Auditing African Proposals in the Improved Auditability. And lastly, Strengthening African State Pools in the Disaster All is at Stake Challenge. And I'll use the chance to call up Megan since she's on the team as well. And similar to Cody, she's also named by my name. So we'll just invite her.
Yeah, I think I joined, we shared a link to join. Anyways, hi, Megan Hess, calling in representing WADA as well. I'll talk about a couple of our proposals that got funded. Scale Up WADA's outreach in DLT Entrepreneurship Toolbox, WADA Proposer Workshops in Proposer Outreach, Planting Roots in Africa in Grow Africa, Grow Cardano, and Cardano Preserving Culture in NFT Business Models.
Fantastic, thanks Megan. Great to see you guys. Coming to John. And then...
Wait, so I haven't presented yet. So I'm Simon, calling from Oxford. My main proposal is direct donations for higher education under the DeFi microlending category. I have 2 more, which is first one is research DApp, which is under Partnerships for Global Adoption, and the last one is Employment Contract DApp under Grow Africa, Grow Cardano. And I'm just wondering, do all proposers have to do this live check-in, or is it enough? Yes, so all proposers. Okay, cool.
Everybody does the live check-in. Some people can't be a part of either of the meetings, and then we have a one-to-one with them.
Okay.
This, 13 weeks of going through the entire process. Hopefully, it's not too much of a struggle to be with us for an hour and a half or 2 hours to get us to funding, right? Just a little bit longer, guys. Okay, thank you so much, Simon. I'm coming to Marco and then John.
Hi everyone, Marco Mirabella here, calling from Taipei, Taiwan. Our proposal is Insuro, a decentralized insurance under the Scale Up Cardano DeFi. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is John Saginaw from New York. I was funded for the microlending partnership models proposal, and this is part of the DeFi and microlending in Africa challenge.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. I'm coming to State Pool and then Adnan.
Hello, everybody. This is Andy. I'm from Scandinavia, Europe. And I'm the lead developer of the community stake%. We got funded for the proposal to enhance our already running metadata search engine. And this is in the metadata challenge. So thanks.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, come to Adnan.
Hello everyone, I'm Adnan speaking from India, and my colleague Advait got funded for 2 proposals. Advait will be talking about the other one. So we got funded for Cardonex under proposer outreach category. We are aiming to build a nexus of university talent for Project Catalyst and Cardano in general. Thank you.
Fantastic, thanks Adnan, welcome. We come to Advait and then the other Nori. Or other Nori can go first.
Hello. So I am working with Adnan on 2 proposals. The second one is a CardSec, which is a security assessment tool for SPOs, and it comes under the disaster management challenge.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Advait.
I think that's Rick. I shared a link with him.
Yeah, I was not sure if it's me. Yeah, I'm Rick from Safety in Numbers, and in Fund 6 I was funded for blockchaintranslation.io, so where translators can commercialize translation services combined with my former proposal, for instance, Grow Africa, Grow Cardano, that was ADA news in African languages. So people who help translate content can then put it on that website.
Fantastic, thanks very much. I'm coming to Joe and then Marco.
Kia ora koutou katoa from New Zealand. My name's Joe. I was funded for the Cardano Canvas Cards and Calculator proposal, which was in the Scale Up Cardano's community hubs.
Wonderful, thank you so much. We're at the final furlong now, guys. So I'm coming to Carolyn and then Sasha.
Hey everyone, I'm Carolyn from Wire Collective. Where I'm calling in from Karlsruhe, Germany, and we got funded for elevating manufacturing in Africa from Grow Cardano, Grow Africa, Grow Cardano.
Amazing, thank you so much, Carolyn.
Hi everyone, I'm Sasha Robinson. We got funded for Wutano, the health token. It's an African healthcare system, hopefully to bring the cost down of health insurance. And my co-partner is Anthony Jackson, also got funded for Checha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sasha. Welcome. I'm coming to Dan and then Ajax.
Hi guys, this is Dan. I'm from Secret Dex, and we got funded in the distributed decision-making category for our distributed work reward mechanism. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, the final 3. I'm coming to Ajax first.
Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone. Here, Ajax La Bombarda from Spain, Madrid. I was funded in 2 proposals. In this case, the 2 are focused to the entrepreneur community, and in the DLT Entrepreneurship Toolbox Challenge, and the other is the multilingual resource. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Penultimately, Damjan, and then finally Marta.
Hello, I'm Damian, calling from Europe. I'm on the project called Koios, which got funded and in the developer ecosystem, and we are trying to build a decentralized query layer for Cardano.
Thanks, Damian. Nice to have you with us. Last but not least, well, actually, we've got one final one after that. Excuse me. Marta, can you join us?
Yes, I'm Marta Lyle, and I'm from the Seattle area in the USA, and I got funded under the Italo Prism Challenge, and the name of my project is Passive Interface DID.
Awesome. Thanks, Marta. So Jacob's next, and then last but not least is Eddie.
I am Jacob Anderson. I am the other half of Filament alongside Blake Husterlid, and we're just funded under the NFT business model for our Filament 3D printable NFTs.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name's Eddie Diaz, calling from Orlando, Florida. I'm the other half of the CNFT Hub team with John Huthmaker. We got funded to add multi-language support to the CNFT Hub in the Scale Up Cardano's Community Hubs Challenge.
Amazing, amazing. And then final. I believe I'm going to ask Mai or me to come and join us. Mia?
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Mi. I'm calling from Vietnam, and it's midnight here, so I cannot turn on my camera. I'm part of Cardano Eastern Hemisphere Town Hall, and our team member came from Japan, Indonesia, Korea, Vietnam, Germany, New Zealand. Yes, and we got funded for 4 proposals. The first one is connecting Asian voters and proposers and distributed decision making. The second one is connect East Asian entrepreneurs in the proposal outreach. The third one is Eastern Town Hall team operation in the challenge catalyst voting onboarding, and the final is onboarding East Asia today on the challenge multi-language resources. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thanks very much, May. And congratulations, everybody. You have passed. You have now proceeded to the next level. Woohoo! Yeah, just to count out we'll call out a couple of points. Wow, I think that's 25 or 26 countries counted. That's amazing in just this one half of the cohort, right? I let that sink in for a sec. This actually went a lot quicker than I expected it to, so I'm really pleased. Thanks for being really sharp and succinct and for sticking with it, guys. I know it seemed like everybody had 3 seconds of airtime and have had to wait until get to this point. You have, but the point is, we've done what we needed to do now. Okay, so I'm going to move back into sharing some slides. Oh, what's gone on? Aha, you can see this, yeah? Welcome to level 2. Yep. So really, I'm just going to go through this quite as quickly as possible, so not to keep you on the call for any longer than necessary. But the 3 key components is, what is the coordinator all about? What are your obligations to the community now that you've been funded? And then what are the logistics and any questions that we need to answer up front, okay? So very simply, this whole process of the coordinator is what we call all of you in aggregate. So, you know, we have cohorts by challenge, we have to some extent cohorts by fund, but you know, you guys all on aggregate are all funded to bring value to Cardano, and this is all about a coordinated effort. And it's not just a coordinated effort between yourselves, but it's also with us, with other people in the wider community, and other stakeholders that are just not, you know, even privy to the benefits of blockchain yet. The reason why we have the coordinator, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how it actually plays out logistically in a bit, but this is really to help to gain trust with the community that has chosen to fund you. And we'll talk a little bit more about accountability in a moment. But yeah, the important point is that you guys have all gained the community's consent to be funded, and now it's really about delivering that return on intention, right? And you know, there are some expectations that come along with that, and so by having a coordinator, and rather than just letting you guys all go off into the wild and then do your thing and then, you know, ad hoc come back to us when you've got some good news, we just try to put a little bit of structure around it, not too much, but enough structure that allows us to hopefully help to fly your flag, beat your drum, and as it says there, provide a launch pad into additional incubation programs. It's not going to be relevant to some, it's going to be relevant to more than others. But the point is that we're, as Dora mentioned in the start of the meeting, there are a number of these pathways that are that have launched or are about to launch, and these are only going to grow in numbers and in sort of scale of opportunity. So you know, by sort of playing nicely and you know, coming together and us working in a coordinated effort, we really believe that this approach helps to bring the best outcomes. It is an evolving process though, and you know, between funds, things change. You know, certainly anybody that's been here since the fund 2 or 3 will know that there are more people, more teams, more scope to have dialogue with people in IO, and hopefully amongst yourselves. So really do use this as a network effect, and this is a key benefit of being part of this community of funded proposers. Okay, so yeah, this is what the coordinator looks like. Is that, yeah, we sort of see you all as one, more than the sum of all your parts. We have a bi-weekly meeting. We don't necessarily expect everybody to turn up every single time, but it's a really good way to share information and share knowledge amongst yourselves. The way that we ask you to participate is to have one representative per team to join. We will then segment and segregate the teams by challenge, normally sort of break out into rooms, and then you guys within your own challenge can get to know each other and share your updates. And it's a bit like a stand-up. If anybody's done stand-up meetings, I'm sure you have, where you're reporting on what's happened since the last meeting, what's happening next, what's your next most important milestone, and, you know, share any sort of thoughts on challenges or kinks in the road and hurdles that you've been faced with and how maybe you've overcome them. Really, it's just an opportunity to learn more about your projects. And also, because we're recording these sessions, this is a sort of point of contact for the community to learn about your progress. Okay, so a little bit more about reporting. Who are you reporting to? We've just sort of mentioned it a few times. It's the entire Cardano community and yourselves and your peers in your challenge and other funds. It's certainly not just it's to us here within Input Output. It is to all the stakeholders that have voted for your projects, right? So, you know, we take this really seriously, and we hope that you do too. Dor mentioned earlier about boring reporting. What I can say is that we have tried to streamline the process as best as humanly possible for where we are today, and, you know, acknowledge that we're only a year, just a little bit over a year into the lifetime of Catalyst in the wild. So, you know, these things are going to evolve further. They're going to be shaped to suit the needs at the time. And we've recently implemented a new reporting sort of cadence so that we're able to make it manageable for you guys, that you're actually reporting on sort of important things over sort of reasonable time periods. And what that really looks like is we have 2 reporting forms per month. The first report is in the first week of the month, and that's a progress report. So, you know, you're giving us an idea of what have been your key successes, any sort of challenges or anything that maybe you need from IO, and or any sort of call outs to anybody that you might need some additional support from. That's what the project progress report is all about. And then we also have the KPIs report. So each of you guys would have put forward measures and metrics for which your project is to be audited against or to be measured against. This is what the community advisors were assessing the feasibility of plans and proposals as one of the criteria of. So you've had to sort of establish some KPIs and some measures of success. So this is what we ask you to report on. Now, I think it's worth calling out that, you know, we're already into the first part of this month, so you're not going to have a progress report, but you are going to have a KPIs report. And I think this is what I want you to take away. One of the key takeaways from this meeting is, for this first KPIs report that's due in a couple of weeks' time, we would like you to look at your measures, your metrics that you put forward in your proposal, and assess whether they are fit for purpose. And what we mean by that is, are you actually going to be able to report on anything meaningful during the scope of the funding of your project? So, you know, if your project's a 3-month project and all of the KPIs that you put forward in your proposal are only really going to gain any traction after the 3 months project has ended, after the funding's ended, and you've now maybe launched your project into the wild, if that's relevant, then, you know, how meaningful are those metrics? You know, I'd argue that there's probably other measures that you can come up with that are a better benchmark of your project's trajectory and, you know, immediate successes during the scope of the funding. So this next KPI, this KPIs report, this first report, it's a very, very simple form. It's a Google form. We ask you to tell us what those KPIs are and, you know, how you intend to measure them. Okay. So yeah, I hope that's really clear. And yeah, as the slide says, please bookmark these dates, because what we're not going to do is send you out invites, but we will be putting the announcements of when to start filling in the project progress report and the KPIs report. That will get announced in the Catalyst Coordinator Telegram, in the announcements and the in the Telegram channel. So yeah, bookmark the dates. Think about
just to be clear, that when you say the dates, it's the 10th is the first progress report and the 25th is always the deadline for the Kpi report. The first week and third week thing kind of confuses because that changes every month.
Yeah. I mean, so maybe just forget about the deadline.
The 10th of every month.
Actually, just forget about the deadline and the deadline dates, but just know that in the first and third week of the months, you'll be getting those reports. So sorry, that's my mistake. I've taken this from a deck from the actual Fund 5 cohort.
Okay, no worries. That makes sense. Thanks.
Okay, thanks very much for the question, Peter. Okay, moving on. So yeah, we're going to be sharing these reports, or certainly outputs of these reports, and sort of, you know, there's key successes. We like to be able to shout about it. You may have heard me a few weeks ago talking about some of the great successes of some of the projects that are in flight currently, and we like to do that pretty regularly. So these reports are shared on social channels as well, so they are made public. You know, I would say if there's anything that's really if there's anything that you need to keep confidential, then please make it known in that report that it's confidential and it shouldn't be shared. Okay, it's just kind of common sense, best practice, just so that when we're going through this data, that we can pass it easily and we can also call it out where relevant. Okay, thanks very much. And every 3 weeks, every week, 3 teams we're asking to come and join Town Hall to say a little bit about your project and your progress, and just get to know you guys a little bit more. So it's often a bit of an opt-in, as in, you know, we want you to raise your hands, and Danny and TK and the community team will be coming to you guys. And if people haven't raised their hands to join Town Hall, they'll come and maybe press gang you into it somewhat. I mean that in the most loving way. We just want to provide you guys a platform, and we appreciate that not everybody is forthcoming. And so yeah, we'll end up selecting you guys and say, can you join? And hopefully you can, and then you can come and tell us all your wonderful news about your projects. Okay, so one of the other things that we've talked a little bit about are these added value benefits about being part of the coordinator. And having now been funded, it's not just about you getting the funding and going off to deliver your project. It's as much about how do we foster a really great, healthy ecosystem. And so this is what we've been thinking about a lot over the last few months, and looking to sort of integrate with different parts of IO, like the Plutus Pioneers program, the Atala Prism Pioneers program, and then, you know, more broadly into the wider incubators and accelerators space. And for those of you that maybe not familiar with those terms, these are typically programs of You know, they're sort of, I wouldn't say courses, but they're often programs where investors tend to congregate, and, you know, industry experts and mentors. And, you know, these incubator and accelerator programs are typically great ways to tap into expertise and knowledge to help plug the gaps in your businesses and ventures, and give you some really practical guidance and support to help you on your way. So we've already launched a couple of these programs, and I'm going to talk to you about those in a sec. And we will be launching more. And these programs are also a really good opportunity to reflect on what additional support that you need. So again, I'd like you to start thinking about what it is that you think are the gaps in your team at the moment, and, you know, your sort of knowledge and your domain expertise. And then, you know, maybe if you're making note of this in your progress reports, then we'll be able to identify it, and over time hopefully help to support you and point you in the right direction towards people that can help. There's also a really great network effect about being part of this community and showing up to town hall. I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys too much about that, but, you know, so many good collaborations and engagements come out of just being open and to having conversations during town hall, after town hall, part of Catalyst Swarm, part of Catalyst School, and you know, any sort of community driven events that come out of you know, the whole process. So yeah, be mindful that we're offering you guys a lot of additional support, and there are often limitations to how much support that we can provide, and there are sometimes limitations on how many people how many seats can be in part of these programs, such as, you know, the incubators and accelerator programs that we've got on offer. So to double click on some of that a little bit more. The first is the Catalyst Boost Camp. If you're on town hall this week, you would have heard a little bit about this program from the co-founders. So this is a 4-week entrepreneurship program that is really about sort of sharpening your tools to communicate your ideas, and to develop your business strategies and business models, and more importantly, your roadmaps for your projects. So we've already run one cohort, and we have another cohorts that are coming up really, really quickly. The next one is cohort 2, which is just for funds 1 to 5 projects only. The reason for that is that overnight we've gone from 150 projects funded to Catalyst to over 300. And so this cohort 3 and 4 is going to be opened up to fund 6 winners, and 3, 4, and 5, and then the other cohorts beyond that, of course. But yeah, the point is that there are a very limited number of seats, and we want to make sure that it's fairly equitable across the whole piece. So you'll be able to have an opportunity to join Boost Camp very, very soon. So what does it actually look like? It's 4 weeks of 9 sessions currently. You'll get access to mentoring. You get access to a great digital platform to use and to shape your ideas through. It's absolutely free of cost. It's being bootstrapped by IO. And yeah, because of that, I would really suggest that while you have the opportunity to, please try to attend. There's an application form that will be opened up to you very, very soon. It's not going to be in the next couple of days. It's more likely to be in the next couple of weeks. And then, you know, the intake for cohorts 3 and 4 will take place between now and the end of the year. And then we'll be launching cohorts 3 and 4 before the end of the year, and then in January. I'm not going to go through these slides too much, but just to sort of talk you through some of the steps and the modules about ideation, and really sort of sharpening who your idea is for, looking at the reason and your motivations for doing the project in the first instance, what are the potential business models might come out of this. Obviously, a lot of your projects are very experimental, so maybe some of these ideas are reasonably shaped, and other parts of your business strategies or project strategies aren't quite so formulated. and this is a really good platform to be able to kick the tires around your ideas. It's not obligatory, it's in totally you know, an opt-in opportunity, but to give some context, yeah, we've had a good number of uptake. We've had a good uptake for the number of applications and applicants that want to participate in cohorts 1 and 2. And yeah, I would really strongly suggest that you take the opportunity while you can. There's a point on forecasting here and finances. We're not expecting you to be Excel ninjas. Actually, the tools and the process takes away the pain of doing some of those sorts of financial plans and whatnot. You're certainly not going to be expected to write any sort of 3 to 5 year business plans, nothing like that. It's so much more intuitive and dynamic than that. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. We also have launching the IO incubator, which is explicitly and expressly for all Africa focused Catalyst funded projects. So the IO incubator is going to be incubating up to 15 ventures next year. And this is going to be access to dedicated technology and investment mentoring with a specific focus around Africa, obviously their domain expertise, and access into sort of African networks. They have really, really good, a really strong network and really good inroads into, you know, private and both private and public investors. So the intention is that by going through the IO incubator, by the end of it, you're going to be put in front of, you know, some pretty considerable stakeholders that, you know, are hopefully there to help then accelerate your projects even further, maybe with, you know, strategic partnerships, customer relationships, or potential investments. So all the African focused projects from the very first fund through to you guys being funded in Fund 6 are going to be receiving details on how to apply to that. And as it shows you in the flow at the bottom, over the course of the next couple of months, we'll be putting in place the processes to let you get acquainted with the program, put forward your applications, and then join and start that process next year. Hoping that's pretty clear. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on, and this is amidst the backdrop of Voltaire and decentralization and separation, and, you know, IO stepping away from custodianship. And yeah, so I guess with that in mind, just bear with us somewhat. There's a lot going on. Okay, Danny, I'm going to hand over to you now just to sort of talk a bit more about the channels of communication and anything else that we should talk about in terms of community engagement.
Cool, 100%. As you know, like there's a lot of things happening at any given point in Catalyst. So it's quite important not to miss very important things, especially when it comes down to funding of your projects each month. As we know, ADA can be a little bit volatile. So a lot of times we like to send you like really rapid updates, you know, about the funding, so you know when things are coming and you can expect them. And for that purpose, you have here those 2 links. I trust you've found them in your onboarding emails. If you haven't joined, I've seen many of you already have, but if you haven't, please do so, because those are coordinator specific announcements only, and the chat allows you to seek help and comments from one another and also us as an IOG team within that chat. So you will find us there with little tags if you need to identify us and that we are real persons. And just make sure that anything with regards to your funded projects, updates, what's happening, you know, what are the next key dates, maybe reporting when the biweekly calls are happening, all of that you will generally find on that announcements only channel. So that will help you to prioritize the communication on those already many channels that we have in the ecosystem. So if you haven't already, please join them, and I hope that will help with the communication channels. If you have any feedback about how to streamline the communication on the coordinator and whatnot during the days and weeks upcoming, just feel free to ping me or TK, and we're gonna try to adjust and pivot. We can learn together. So that's as much.
Thanks, Danny. Yeah, it's very much a learning process for everybody involved, right? And yeah, we have pretty much an open door policy, and we're very much feedback driven. So yeah, do shout if there's anything that you think that you can contribute. to help streamline stuff. Okay, I am going to be quiet now. We're going to hand over to Q&A, and yeah, I guess anybody that wants to raise any questions. First of all, thank you for your attention, everybody. I know it's quite a lot to get through. I also just want to call out just before we get into Q&A. So about 300 projects that we've funded now, just over. If we stay on our current trajectory, next year we're going to fund many thousands, like 4,500 by some estimations, right? So we're still at the ground level. Everybody's still so early in this process, and this is why learning from each other is so important. Both IO learning from you guys, hopefully us being able to impart some knowledge from our processes, but really importantly, you guys getting together, self-organizing and coming together as, you know, the hive mind, and helping to sort of share really good best practices or challenges that you face. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I suggest anybody that wants to raise hands and ask questions, please do. There's 2 hands raised from Matthias and James. I want to start with Matthias, I guess.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Sorry, I'll sound like a broken record to you. I would like to know if there's any help in finding anyone really who knows how to navigate like accounting, taxes, payroll for a highly distributed team that has varied preferences in receiving compensation for the work. So whether that be ADA, US dollars, or some other fiat currency.
Yeah, thanks, Matthias. I mean, I guess there's a call out to the community. If anybody's had some experience in this, then I think it's a sensible thing to make yourself known on the chat. It's an ongoing process, Matthias, with us. I put forward I've taken your email to colleagues, and yeah, I think there's still some work to be done there to get clarity. And also it really depends on what jurisdiction you're in, right? Like multi-region jurisdictions makes it quite difficult. Wherever you're incorporated, I guess you need to seek tax advice from those professionals in that jurisdiction. If anybody's got any ideas on that, feel free to come off mute and just have a very quick platform to say something. Okay, if not, I'm going to hand over to James to ask a question.
Sounds like a really good business opportunity. So we started this meeting with Dor talking about the Catalyst challenge teams a little bit, but I'm not really seeing the connection between proposers here and those challenge teams. And I'm just wondering, any of you guys, if you have a vision or requests for support from all of us for the role that all of you would really love to see us playing in those challenge teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting point. So let's draw a quick comparison. The current state for challenge teams for Fund 6 is we don't have challenge teams. There wasn't much uptake, and maybe it was because the opportunity wasn't really communicated maybe as we would have liked, because it's a new thing. It's something that everybody's got to get their head around. You know, the desired state is that every single challenge has a challenge team championed by someone that's passionate. And what I can tell you is that between Fund 6 and Fund 7, just on the strength of the town hall yesterday, I believe, we've gone from having next to no challenge team applicants to nearly 100. So there's progress there, right? I think what it means for Fund 6 is that I think there's going to be some sort of ownership by you guys in your own challenges to kind of come together and sort of coordinate. And then where best possible, we'll try to plug individuals in there, or maybe there's some people that want to champion those challenges as we go through the process. But the challenge teams for Fund 6, yeah, it's not quite where we wanted it to be. I think that's fair to say, wouldn't you say, Danny?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first call to action, I think I recall we did it in the beginning of Fund 6 with the vision of, like, as people were submitting the Fund 7 challenge setting categories so that they would become active in Fund 7. And, just being it the very first iteration, like, the sky's the limit, we're on the ground level. And I think there's just, in a way we build it, that's how it's going to be. And I think that's most of the things how they are now in the Catalyst and where we're taking it. So, yeah, so in Fund 6, there are no challenge teams, but I expect that to be in Fund 7 in a much swing. And a lot of people that are actually part of this cohort that I've seen here, they're the people who have signed up for the challenge team. So I think they can take a lot of those experiences as now being funded proposers from the Fund 6. And because, at the same time as we will have challenge teams for the next fund, active, we also will be doing at the same time submitting the challenges for the next fund, right? For Fund 8, the challenge setting. So that's around the corner at the same time. So a lot of groundwork to be made up ahead, but I trust that we are still at the size where we are able to make those personal connections, but we are slowly getting to the tipping point as Chris said, we're going to be thousands soon. So to that fact, I would actually underline, just cherish those moments, because in the future, it won't be as easy to get to know each other, because we're going to be such a huge huge group of people still pulling in the same direction, same goals and aspirations, but it may not be as intimate as it once be. So just remember these cozy rooms today, because in the future, it's not going to get any easier anymore. So.
God, it's going to be a marathon doing onboarding with like 1,000 people.
5 days straight.
5 days straight, no sleep. Okay, I'm going to come to Albert and then Maury.
My question might be a bit redundant with Matthias's question. It's really about legal advice, because I'm in Canada, and usually when you're receiving tens of thousands of dollars, you want to at least be an LLC registered with the government. And we don't necessarily, all of us are necessarily not well versed in the corporate world, and that might mean that it takes a lot of time and energy. And even if you can set it up, for example, at some point you might realize that you didn't set up the right business structure, because having coming across crypto savvy lawyers is not easy, or accountants. And what this might lead to is having to rectify your business structure and using funds. If Catalyst is the only funding agency you have, then you might use funds that you might use otherwise. So I'm wondering if there's any sort of cheat sheet, something that would make us, give us direction, basically, into these kind of things.
Yeah, I wish I could say that right the second there was. I mean, what we got to remember is Catalyst, yeah, we're not a funding agency. We're not even an entity. This is a decentralized treasury that has, a certain amount of tokens that are to be used and distributed amongst the community, that is voted on by the community and proposed on how to I don't need to repeat how it all works. We've all been through it. So the challenge, yeah, I believe it's real to be able to declare that appropriately to the authorities, and it sort of ranges from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. My best advice is to, where possible, we'll try to seek out some legal support, but the reality of it is it's just not feasible when there's 26 countries to manage right this second. But I really believe that there are people that are on this call that are able to share good insights about the experiences around how they've gone about incorporating or reporting for tax purposes. And so let's use those communications channels, Telegram and otherwise, or the Discords if you're on there, to then ask these questions. There we go.
Yeah, I'll quickly jump in. I will keep it short. So I'm a corporate lawyer myself, specialized in technology and privacy, and of course I love Cardano and Catalyst. So I'm glad to help you in any way possible. I'm specialized myself in EU law, so mainly Europe and Switzerland. But if you have any other questions, I can give you let's say a high level overview both of tax problems that I encountered already or whatever. And then if I cannot fix it because it's local and specific, you have to know each law is specific to each country, so it's a bit of a bitch, then I can definitely put you in contact with friends that I know in the States or in Canada that I studied with. So glad to help you in any legal questions. If you don't find my email address, I can pop it there.
Michael, thank you as always. That is so beneficial at this point in time, because I would imagine this is the first time that most people have all of a sudden going to be getting potentially thousands of ADA sent to them, and you might feel a bit overwhelmed. So any sort of direction that you can provide is amazing. Maury, coming to you. Hello, sir.
So one of our funded challenges, we've got 4 proposers. I may have misunderstood. I suggested that the proposing team that I would fill out the onboarding questionnaire and attend this meeting. Did I understand you need questionnaires from everybody and proof of life from everybody?
No, I mean it's mainly the address holder, right? So who the main proposer and the person whose address the ADA is going to be sent to. That's basically it. As Danny said, one project, one form.
Okay, fantastic. Sorry, I missed that.
No problems. Hi, Kristen. Nice to see you. Thanks very much for dropping off. And I'm coming to Dylan next.
Hi. So we went through several things. The one thing that was, maybe you mentioned this and I just missed it, but will there be like emails, reminders, and that sort of thing sent out when it's like time to send in something? Because I just have this terrible fear or dread that I'm going to, miss a deadline or something. So
I hear you. Danny, do you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, so deadlines. I think that's always very difficult subject. In an essence, we are trying to do the best we can to make you succeed. All the things that we're doing are done in a sense to make sure that you don't miss those things. So every time there is a specific deadline, we will be sending you an email. So make sure that the email that comes from us is in your approved address book, so it doesn't go into spam. As you know, like now the cohorts are getting bigger and bigger. So now we have to be using only the professional like MailChimp services. So we can actually bypass all those spam folders and everything in the first place, so we don't get flagged. So just make sure you flag our addresses, official addresses, as legitimate, so that comes through to your inbox. And then every time we send anything of that importance, we will be beaming it into the coordinator announcement channel as well, the one that I shared earlier and that Chris had on the slides. So make sure you do that. And we always try to reasonably make sure that everybody comes to the table, but with the amount of the people and all these different places and the things which happen, life happens for every one of us, and it's just normal to miss sometimes these things. They're not hardcore deadlines, but they're deadlines to ensure that we can keep on track. And they're mostly here to ensure that we are able to be accountable to the community, because that's where the money is coming from. And the deadlines are keeping us all in check, so that if somebody comes and asks, we're able to show like what has been the history, what's the progress, where the money goes, and if people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So all of that is in the spirit of that, as far as we are today. Once we are in the thousands, I think the processes will be again looking something different. The things we're doing today, they're a little different than we did half a year ago, and I assume they'll be a little bit different another 6 months from now. So just make sure you whitelist our addresses, you are on the announcements channels, and just stay active and engaged. And I think that will allow you to keep a peace on your mind.
Yeah, okay, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can, put a recurring meeting invite in your calendars for every 2 weeks, and yeah, just label it as such, right? Then I appreciate it's not coming from us, and it's not an invite that we're setting, but yeah, it's a question that if you've got it in your calendars, then hopefully that'll help. But you'll see reminders coming out from Telegram, and then announcements and emails in any case. Heinz.
So great onboarding. Thank you so far. And if I look at all these projects, and Danny, you mentioned the hundreds to come. the role of the challenge teams, the role of the proposers, the challenge settings we are defining as a community. I wonder, where I come from, there is a thing called portfolio management. And I suppose that's something that will probably emerge out of these challenge teams, and that some challenges need to be repetitive. Many of our projects will have a life cycle, not only once a show up. So I would not be surprised to go into this portfolio management direction very soon, because it's going to be a huge complexity.
I agree. It's a wicked problem that we're having to consider every single week. It's one of the things that keeps me up at night. And I'm certainly open to seeing how we do auditing in new ways, how we do progress reporting, how we do, portfolio management, so that we can find the right supporters for your projects, right? But really the strength comes from the community and you guys collaborating together. I can't say that enough. I really can't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that as well, Heinz. Jeff, why don't you come to us with your question?
Hi, Chris. Thank you. I just wanted to make a comment as a retired tax professional. As stewards of these funds and as somewhat quasi representatives of Cardano, it is critical that people understand that they have an obligation to report not only the receipt of these funds, but also the disposition of these funds to the taxing authorities. The reason, Chris, is very simple. This is an important part for the Catalyst management team to understand. The taxing authorities are setting up special projects because this is an area they have identified that people are exploiting. In other words, crypto in general. Us as stewards of Cardano, we do not want to get swept up and then subsequently generate negative publicity, not only for ourselves, but for Cardano and the greater community at whole. So with that in mind, I would not only encourage people to seek out a professional, but they are welcome for the time being to reach out to @Cardano Outreach on Twitter. I'm going to take the time to champion and set up a separate Twitter channel internally for us within Catalyst and the funded proposers, so that we can coordinate any questions or direct people to at least a network of my own representatives that I've worked with globally over my career. And more importantly, just to make sure that we protect the image of Cardano.
That's awesome. Really, yeah, great work, Jeff. Listen, everybody has their own superpowers. Every single one of us has a superpower, right? Some of us have networks where these sorts of people that we really need access to are just literally a phone call away. So I can't, say and appreciate you guys enough to say that if you know people that can help figure this out with us and with everybody that's here on the call, then that's only a good thing, right? So Blake, why don't you?
So I just had a question about the first KPI report. It sounded like you guys kind of wanted us to reevaluate our KPIs and maybe adjust them to be more suitable. Could I just get some clarification on what you guys are expecting with that? Or
I think it's not so much about what we're expecting, right? It's what's going to be relevant to the project now that you're going to be delivering it. So, the way I sort of look at some of this stuff is that sometimes what you think is going to happen 6 months down the line on day one is quite different to how it's actually going to be when you come to actually do it, right? And if you think about it like this, you guys wrote your proposals 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The world might have changed in 3 months somewhat. Hopefully not too drastically, but this is just a point in time, and I think it's useful for us to think about, are the metrics that have been put forward in the proposal, do they match to the expectations that if you're going to be reporting on metrics and KPIs every month during the scope of your project, do those ones that you put in your proposal, do they make sense?
So this first one is kind of giving us free rein to kind of reevaluate and line those up to where we are now, pretty much.
I think so. I mean, and there's a point of there's a lot of trust that's involved in everything that we're doing, right? There's a lot, an awful lot. And so, you're accountable to the community, and whilst, you know, if you change your KPIs and you lowball massively for some reason, right? There's a reputational risk that's attached to that. Both you guys as individual projects, but also to you know, the program or catalyst and the ecosystem potentially as a whole, right? We want to foster best practice, and we really want to demonstrate that this disruptive approach to what we're doing with, you know, decision making and how funds are spent and appropriated, that it works, right? And so it's in your interests and in everybody's interests to create measures that really celebrate your hard work. And so, you know, let me give you an example, right? Because it's just better if it's in context. If you're creating a DApp and you put in your proposal that, you know, daily active usage traffic is going to be one of your measures, well, you're only going to really report any traction on that maybe months after the project's ended, because maybe you go into stealth mode for another 3 or 4, 6 months after the funding's ended, so that you can refine your UI and your marketing strategy and all this kind of stuff. So we're just never going to get any data back about your daily active users, right? So every report is going to show a naught there, right? So all I'm sort of suggesting is that it's really difficult to talk about it on aggregate, because there's so much diversity in this portfolio of projects now, and you guys in the coordinator. But this is an opportunity for you to think about, is what I wrote 3 months ago about the KPIs specifically, are they relevant today? So as Danny put in the chat, we're not suggesting that anybody's rewriting proposals, not at all. You're still expected to deliver what you're delivering, and the feasibility of your plans is what the community has voted you for. But, you know, I think the KPIs is one bit that we should be thinking about, could be changed if it's relevant to your project at this stage. And this is a point in time in which to do that.
Awesome, thank you.
Welcome. Wow, well, that 2 hours has gone pretty quickly, I think. I guess if there's any other questions, if there's anybody, oh yeah, sorry, Anthony's got one as well. Sorry, excuse me, Anthony, I didn't see that.
No stress. So one question I had is, when I started this, there wasn't really access to the Tyler Prism ecosystem at Wired, and I kind of planned to move forward without it, but I thought that it would be really great to be part of my project. So do you think I should just wait for another proposal to add it later? Or, you know, could I potentially change that, because I think it's better for the idea that there's an identity attached to this?
Yeah, interesting question. I guess it's, listen, if there's additional value and additional added benefit that's going to come from this, and you know, it's not going to be a drain on your resources to deliver what you said you were going to deliver originally. You know, I think that adding to your project and delivering over and above what was originally expected is only a benefit. What I would say is that in light of your project specifically, let's have a bit more of a conversation about it, so we can better understand it, so that when Marek is essentially looking to release funds to you each month, that it's very well known, you know, how the project might change. Listen, I think that's just a point to sort of say to everybody. There might be times where pivots are absolutely necessary for your project. Like you come across some sort of challenge or hurdle or blocker that you're just not going to overcome, and therefore the project needs to pivot. It happens in technology and software all the time. You know, you being open and transparent about it is what's really important. And that's, you know, what the community expects. I think that's what you should expect of each other. And you know, certainly what we certainly look to you guys to be open and honest and clear about. But, you know, no one, I think, because we're talking about us all being rational, sensible people, no one is going to hold you over barrel that you said, oh, you said you were going to deliver this particular feature at this particular time, if there's an absolute reason why you can't do that, then there's a rational and reasonable there's reason behind it, then I think everybody's going to take that on board. But the key is communications and just making sure that we're aware of it, and that you're also seeking support from your peer group if it is a hurdle and a challenge that might be overcome. Should you have just asked for some support from the people that are possibly in your challenge or your sort of your close sphere of contact. I hope that helped to answer the question.
Yes, thank you. And then one other question I wanted to ask before we jump off is I'd like to get access to Untitled Prism resources, right, that have already had experience. Is there like a list somewhere that I can use?
So I think the best place to go to that for that right now is there's like a master Cardano public website, isn't there? What's it? Is it like, what's the website called, guys? Someone help me. Which has got almost every single thing that IO's doing and the community are doing, and what's it called? It's like it's not introducing Cardano, I don't think, but anyway.
Do you mean Essential Cardano repo?
Essential Cardano, sorry. I couldn't think of the word. Essential Cardano. Thanks, Danny. There's definitely some resources there, but also, for those of you guys that are interested in the Untitled Prism, first of all, there's the Pioneers program that we'll be launching very, very soon. But we also do have close contact with the Untitled Prism team. So if there are some specific questions or asks from you guys, then make it known to us, and then we'll put that request over to the Untitled Prism team and see what we can do in the absence of them starting their Pioneers program to train you guys up on how to implement ID into your solutions. Okay, Carolyn, I'm going to come to you.
Hi, I wanted to be sure if we are pivoting, on which platform should we publish our plans of pivoting? Is this a report, or is there any other way to communicate it, and to whom?
Yeah, it's a good question. So if there's a real strong reason why you need to do that, it's the progress report form that you would document that. But I would say, probably more importantly than that, let us know within the team. So reach out to Danny and TK first and foremost, and then they'll point you towards the right person. And as I said, it's all about being reasonable, right? Like the more that open and transparent you are about it, and the easier it is. It means, as again, when Marek comes to release funds to you, that we've just got an audit trail there, and that it's reasonable and rational. If obviously your project is to make yellow, and then you actually intend to make purple, and there's no rhyme or reason for it, then we might come into some difficulties, because obviously the community's voted for you to deliver a particular project. But again, it comes back to what's reasonable and within the scope and the scope of your control, really.
Okay, so I'm interested in the call out, I don't know, about the pivot. I don't know. I'll message you, Daniel. Then and about the funds, are they like, if we, for example, applied for 6 months, are they distributed equally, or is it dependent on which KPIs we reach when the funds are being transferred?
Good question. So we're not holding anybody over a barrel to set targets and KPIs that you are then being funded on the basis of you achieving those KPIs. That's not what we're doing. Actually, the stage gate for you getting the next funds, the next month's worth of funds, is by submitting the reports, right? So you submit the reports. So long as we've got both reports for the month, then your funding won't be halted. If you don't submit the reports, the funding gets halted. but you should call out in those reports anything that's a significant change or challenge or blocker. If your project is going to go on, like, you know, there's something that's happened and your project needs to be extended by a period of time, again, that happens quite regularly. Projects necessarily need to go and kind of take longer to get closed out in some instances. So yeah, so the key thing is make sure that you're doing the reports every single month. That's what's going to trigger the next month's worth of payment. It's also going to help us to understand if your project is on track, and then if you need any additional support or conversations with anybody, either within IO or otherwise, and helps us to direct some of that.
Okay, so it's distributed equally between the month.
Sorry, yeah, distributed equally, unless you raise it that there's some reason why you need that to change. And again, the quicker that you can let us know about that at the point in time, the better it is and the easier it is to manage.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Carolyn. Rosalia, I saw that you had a hand up as well.
Hi, Chris. Yeah, just a question about my research project. Given that I'm going to be reaching out to all of our funded proposers this fund, I just wondered if there was a master list of contacts floating around somewhere, or who should I contact in the process of trying to reach out to all proposers of this fund to see how they connect with sustainability and SDGs. That's the aim.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So there's two things there. One, there's data privacy laws, so we can't just share everybody's contacts, unfortunately.
Sure.
But there's ways that we can sort of mitigate that. Like we can ask everybody to opt in, right? Or if there are specific questions that you want us to ask, if there's like a survey, for example, then maybe we could distribute it on your behalf and then collect all the information and then feed it back to you. I'm just spitballing ideas, right? But we'll figure out a way that we can work that out with you, no worries, Rosalie.
Perfect, thank you.
And I mean, another good way to do that, maybe to get people's consent, is, you know, raise it on a channel like Telegram or whatever. Maybe in a Discord server channel or whatever, because then it's not just going to be one Telegram that has hundreds and hundreds of email addresses being shared.
Oh yeah, sure.
Might be a
Simon suggested that maybe you know, working through Idea Scale to find people has worked for him. So
cool.
Thanks, Aaron. Good point. Aiden, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me. Yeah, I just I unfortunately came in a little bit late, so I just kind of wanted to raise my hand and do my little proof of life right here. And if there was anything, I'll watch through the recording and whatnot. So just kind of wanted to do my little proof of life, or anything I needed to do to make sure that you all know I exist and am alive.
Nice. You're definitely real. I'm sure of that. Maybe you can just say, I mean, I know what your project is anyway, but say what projects have you been funded for and what challenge it was, and then you've done what everybody else has done.
Great. Yeah. So I'm Aiden Rankin-Williams. I'm with a company called Player Mint. We got funded back in Fund 4 to essentially build out a play-to-earn blockchain layer that integrates with existing video games and then provides the people that earn that token a NFT marketplace that they can kind of use that as a currency to buy, sell, mint NFTs, all that fun stuff. So that was kind of the Fund 4 proposal. We just got funded in Fund 6 in NFT business models, all about essentially let's bring that use case to gaming content creators and essentially equip gaming content creators and their communities with this play to earn blockchain layer, and then essentially enable the content creator at the top of that community to mint NFTs with utility focused around community access. So if I'm a streamer that plays Call of Duty, myself and my community are all earning this token via gameplay performance. I'm going to mint and sell them an NFT that essentially enables them to maybe get 50% off merch, or to play with me live on stream once a week, kind of different community access utility features. And then I'm also was able to with Felix and Marcin of different Project Catalyst funded proposals, was able to do the Fund 7 challenge setting for on-chaining gamers. So trying to get a challenge in there all about let's create more gaming-based applications to bring wider spread adoption to Cardano. So that's my little gist, and super happy to be in here, and absolutely love Project Catalyst. So you all are doing great stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Aidan. Great to have you with us. And yeah, once again, congratulations to absolutely everybody here. First of all, for getting through this last 2 hours. Second of all, for all your dedication to the cause of building out Cardano and participating in this great experiment. So listen, I think we can draw it to a close there. Really, once again, thanks for all your attention this evening. If there's anybody else that's got any questions, then please say now. I'm going to be the last one on the call anyway, I would imagine. But yeah, until next time, guys. So we will send you an invite to the Catalyst coordinator meeting. This is a recurring meeting, so you will have a chance to not just meet with you guys in Fund 6, but this is a meeting for everybody that's been funded. As I said, we then break out into challenge specific rooms and you share some ideas. So watch out for all of that. Look out for the first progress report forms that come through and the KPI report forms that come through. Think about your KPIs, please. And also for all of the great fun stuff that comes out of Catalyst, like the pathways into the different programs that we're doing over and above what we're already doing. Thank you so much, Dan, and thank you for everybody's time today. Have a great rest of your day and rest of your week, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Congrats, everyone. Bye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
Bye.